Dude, that reminds me of Aiden's force jerk. I miss him so much already.
Okay, we are rolling.
All right, welcome back to episode 9 of Blockbuster Banter. This episode, we will be talking about Rockies 5 and Rocky Balboa. So we are back with episode 3 of the Rocky series. Just a reminder, Anubis' first time seeing any of them, and I've seen them all probably more times than I have limbs. I guess appendages would be like
more
fingies and thummies.
fingies and tummies.
Or toesies.
And toesies?
I was thinking fingers and toes, and I said fingies and thumbsies.
You've seen it more than 20 times? Hell yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Bueno.
Probably, maybe not. I don't know. I've seen them so many times that it's honestly possible.
Yeah.
Sometimes I rewatch them just to rewatch them for
That's
no
how I feel
particular
with-
reason.
At some point, I don't doubt at all that I'm going to have watched Knives Out more than I've seen Puss in Boots 2. But that's just because it's my comfort movie where I'm like, I'm just going to sit around, do some work on my computer, and have it in the background.
Fair enough.
/ Glass Onion.
But yeah.
Is there any news?
We're...
Or, you know...
There was some, but I honestly don't particularly want to talk about it because I don't really care about any of it.
Understandable.
None of it interested me. Oh, well, there were a bunch of castings for One Piece Season 2. All of them look great. I don't know any of the names. I saw the guy who played Nefertari Vivi in, like, a movie, I think. And then the actress who played Leela in Futurama is playing Dr. Kureha. So I'm excited for that.
Oh.
Should have been Jamie Lee Curtis, in my opinion, but that's okay. And then today they announced who's playing Vivi, so that was the big one. That's what everyone was waiting for, One Piece fan-wise, on who is playing
Does
Vivi.
Jamie Lee Curtis know what anime is?
Yes, she's a huge One Piece fan. She
Really?
wanted to play Dr. Kureha.
That's so cool.
Yeah. So, and unfortunately they didn't. I think it was a scheduling conflict that they said was the reason she wasn't
Otherwise,
getting
that'd
cast.
be quite the fucking flop. Or like, that'd be quite the miss on their end.
Yeah,
That's-
if they just didn't jump on that.
That's like
To
if-
my understanding, yeah. I think it was a scheduling conflict with the Borderlands movie. No, that doesn't make sense because the Borderlands movie is filmed and out already, and they
Yeah.
just started filming One Piece Season 2. I don't know. That also could just be wrong. I read it one time and didn't do any further research.
I see.
And just accepted it as fact. So, when reading things off the internet, don't believe them. Trying to think if there were like any other bigger movie studios that released news. Oh yeah, all the Sonic 3 toys are out now. They haven't released a single official image for Shadow. They haven't released a trailer. Yet they released toys of Shadow. And I'm confused. What is their marketing strategy? It's
I
not
guess
really
we'll
news.
find
I
out.
think that's just silly. Sonic 3.
I'm excited for that one. I really like the first
That's
two.
going to be an episode.
Fuck yeah, it is.
Triple feature?
I don't know if I can sit down for that long.
Well, why would we watch it all on the same day?
Oh. I guess we wouldn't have to.
Yeah.
Okay. That works for me.
Our first triple feature. Maybe. Well, that is also the month that we're supposed to do Christmas movies.
Oh. Hell yeah. I'm
Well,
excited.
we can just wait until the new year. Can be our first episode of the new year.
Oh, true.
Yeah.
I don't know of any movie news. I'm not really...
Yeah, like I said, there's a bit that I just didn't care about, and I don't care to talk about.
Understandable.
Did you watch anything since the last episode?
No, I've really just been watching a lot of YouTube compilations.
Fair
of,
enough.
Like, I've been obsessed with New Girl again, so I'm probably going to watch that. I just watched, like, New Girl Season 2 compilations and stuff while I fold
Fair
laundry.
enough. I finished rewatching Gravity Falls, and now my TikTok For You page is a bunch of clips, and I just keep clip watching.
Fuck yeah, dude.
Yeah. Started Attack on Titan Season 4. That's so wild. It's so crazy. Got to episode 8, so a certain beloved character just got shot. In the most bullshit death.
Yeah. Which people try to defend.
Yeah. I'm not gonna defend it.
No,
I'm just gonna
absolutely
say it
not.
was stupid.
I haven't even seen the full show. and I know.
Narratively, it makes sense, and I agree with it narratively. But as somebody who liked the character, that's how she gonna die after her performance in the battle right beforehand. Bruh, no shot. No shot. The sniper got sniped like that.
Mm.
Not gonna say names so I don't accidentally spoil the show that's been over for like 10 months.
A while.
Yeah. I don't think I watched anything else.
Yeah, I think we're ready to dive
Yeah,
in.
I'm ready. Rocky.
The fucking. I almost
He
thought
naked.
that it's. Oh, that's right. We're still on
The
5.
first shot of the movie, bruh, is him naked.
Yeah. I was really caught off guard by that.
Oh, me 100% too. That was wild. Also, Duke's only scene in this movie makes me sad.
I know it's fucking. Was he in? Yeah, he was in Rocky Balboa, right?
Yeah, because
okay.
he showed up and he went, Duke!
Oh, that's right. I was excited because we hadn't seen him for a fucking whole movie and a
Yeah,
half.
because like he's at the beginning and he's like, you beat him, nice. And then he's gone.
Then he fucks off. He's
Yeah.
like, I'm gonna go to Sizzlers. I don't fucking know.
Yeah, I don't know where he's.
One
I don't
thing
know
I
where he
noticed
went.
right off the bat with this movie, I think it just has to do with the physical camera quality. Because I don't know if they went from film to digital or whatever, any of that stuff. But it just felt like the acting in this movie felt more real. I don't know how to describe it. Like, I
Well,
don't.
this movie was probably the most slice of life that Rocky will ever get, because
Oh, right,
Rocky
slice of
doesn't.
life.
Rocky doesn't even get in the ring in this movie.
Thank fuck.
So I feel like they had to up the acting quality.
Yeah, like
in
that
order to
panic
compensate
attack
for the
scene that he
fact.
was having with Adrian, I was like, holy, this is
Yeah.
making me feel intense emotion. And as we get into it, and we will a little more later, like the effects that PTSD has on Rocky.
As somebody who saw his own papa go through PTSD, it was very realistic.
Yeah, exactly.
It
So
was,
I at first I was like, maybe this is just, maybe I'm crazy, but I think there was more intentional parts of this movie that I initially thought about and was trying to dismiss, and I really appreciate it. I really liked this one a lot.
Yeah. For those of you who think Rocky 5 is bad, L opinion. It's most people on planet Earth.
I love this one so much.
Yeah. But no, I like when we get back home and then, you say it's a different mansion. I don't think it is.
I don't think it was either. It
Oh,
looked a
okay.
little different, but I think it's just because there was some scaffolding or like it just looked different.
I don't know. It looked exactly the same to me.
I think we were at a different angle, or like we shot it this way as opposed to where it's usually always this way. I can't describe it, but it felt different. But
Yeah. Well, fair enough.
going into the kid's room, whatever his name is, Robbie.
Robert.
Yeah, that guy.
It's the same as our main character.
Rocky's name is Robert.
Yeah.
I thought it was just Rocky.
You thought his name was Rocky?
I don't know, man. It's the 70s. Well, he would have
He's
been
called
born
Junior
before that.
for a reason.
Oh.
They call Robert Junior all the time.
I forget that they call him Junior.
Yeah, they call him Junior because he has the same name as his dad.
L name. But yeah, it is.
What?
No, I'm kidding.
I was like, oh.
I was talking about Junior.
Oh.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'd like to be a junior. Timothy Lee Garver kind of goes off. I know that because it's my dad.
Well, and when I grew up, most of the time, Junior was just a name. Like, I had like probably 4 or 5 cousins named Junior, not like Luis or
What?
Miguel or Jose or Arturo or fucking anything Junior. It was just Junior.
Is Junior a real name? Put in the comments below.
I don't think so.
Paul.
I think Mexicans were just like, fuck it.
Yeah. Fuck it. Your name is Junior.
Yeah, that's all I could. You're banned to the
Because
Junior realm.
I don't think I've ever met anyone named Junior, like named Junior. I've called people Junior, but that's because they are a junior.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't go up to their parent and be like, what's up, senior? They'd kill me.
Exactly.
They'd think they're old. But anyways, with him and Junior, I like that they immediately set up the themes of father and son and then also legacy. Those
Yeah.
are like the 2 main themes
Truly.
in Rocky 5. and it's a really good way to set up, which I don't know if I ever noticed was the initial setup point for those themes. But I noticed it on this watch through, and that's the important one.
You think that like first conversation between them? At least that's
Yeah.
what immediately. Okay, that's
Yeah,
what
that's
immediately
what I'm
comes to
talking about.
mind. I really like. That was such a beautiful scene, and I was raving to you while we were watching it, because at one point, Junior's like, I'm happy you're home or something, and Rocky's response is thank you for saying that.
Yeah,
Like I don't know, like
that's cute. I
that
love
single
that too.
line for me just has such intense impact, because it's nice to see, a man, a father, a fighter, this big meaty guy, be like, thank you for appreciating my presence, because I feel like that's something like I've started saying thanks for hanging out, like after I'm done hanging with friends sometimes.
I mean, I've done that for a long time, but I started pretty much for the same reason.
Yeah,
truthfully.
like I didn't even realize until it was actually our friend Tiana that said it to me once, and I was like, you're welcome, and thank you for hanging out with me. And so like I really liked that scene so much. I feel like it had such power, especially succeeding when Rocky got back. He's traumatized. He just beat the fuck out of the guy who killed his mentor, and then they're like, you gotta fight me too next.
Yeah.
I was very
George
frustrated.
Washington Duke.
We need a,
I almost want to put him in the Hater Hall of Fame. Like, almost, but he's not a hater.
he's just really good at his job.
Yeah.
But he's just, like you said a lot.
The
he's,
I hate him Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
Not really. That's
I'm
not a
thinking
thing.
of like, maybe we could go like, fuck this guy or something, and just be like,
Yeah, fuck this guy.
because we didn't name it last episode. I realized as I was editing. So we'll just call it fuck this guy.
The fuck this guy
Because
moment.
fuck George Washington Duke.
Fork?
Fork.
Fork him.
Fork this
Fork
dude.
him. Take
Freak
a
him.
pitchfork. Stab. Stab, stab, stab.
He was so good at just grinding my gears to the
Yeah.
fucking dust.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, I know, because, like, when Rocky was at the plane, or, like, at the landing pad, George Washington Duke's like, welcome back to America, come fight my guy, Union Kane. Who the
Dude.
fuck is Union Kane? Fucking no-namer ass motherfucker.
Also,
Bruh,
let this
why
old dude
why
retire.
would Union Kane get a shot at the title?
Yeah, there was nothing
Bruh,
really.
even Clubber Lang deserved a shot at the title more than Union Kane.
Yeah, did we? Is that one of the two forgettable antagonists that you said, Union
No.
Kane? Oh no.
No, like actual antagonist. I don't. The tinier fights I don't ever care about, really.
Yeah, but I remember you mentioned there were like
Yeah.
you didn't remember the guy from Rocky Balboa because he's
Mason
forgettable.
Dixon.
Okay, and who's the other guy that you forget?
Ricky Conlon from Creed 1. I
Ah.
learned their names in between
Okay.
episodes.
Hell
I
yeah.
don't know how I learned Ricky Conlon's name. I don't know where. I think it just epiphanized in my head.
It's just right there.
Ricky Conlon.
I wish they would let this
But
man
yeah.
retire.
So Mason Dixon and Ricky Conlon, so the next two major opponents I just find very forgettable.
Yeah.
Well, I don't mind it. I like them more than Clubber Lang, though.
Yeah, but that's just because.
I will slander Clubber Lang's name for all eternity.
I mean, he was the first entry in the Hater Hall of Fame. That's got to mean something.
Yeah, exactly. So far, the only.
I know. We had some people that could fit. We had Humpty that almost fit in,
Almost.
but
He wasn't
he just
hater
sucks.
enough.
It's
yeah.
he was another fuck this guy.
Yeah,
He was the first entry to fuck this guy.
exactly.
But yeah, I was always
yeah.
I was so frustrated that they did what ground my gears the most was the fact that GWD, George Washington Duke, was like just calling Rocky a pussy, pretty much. Being like, you don't want
Yeah.
to fight my guy? It's like, dude,
Dude,
did you see the last 4 movies?
yeah. Oh, you're a pussy. Bro, what do you mean he's a pussy? He got back in the ring with Apollo Creed after the beating he took in Rocky 1.
And he has brain damage now.
Yeah.
And his mentor was
To be fair, he
killed.
didn't know that.
That's that's true.
Rocky
actually.
didn't even know that at that scene.
Oh, was it a lot? It was like
That was after.
maybe after 3 of their interactions, I think, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It was a
because
lot
he didn't
later.
because he didn't find out he had brain damage until after the power of attorney scene,
Yeah.
which we'll get into in a little bit because I
Mhm.
have words. But then he found out after that because at that point he was just all like, get Union Kane in the ring, like he was gonna accept the fight because they
Oh
needed to
yeah,
earn
he
the
got
money
frustrated. That's right.
back.
I forgot about
And
the
then the
accountant
scene after
subplot.
that he Well, it didn't last that long.
Yeah, that's right.
It only lasted as long as it needed to get Rocky and Adrian back in Rocky 2 House. Not a
Oh,
Rocky
yeah,
4
yeah, yeah,
robot,
yeah.
Rocky 2 House.
Double threat.
Double threat. What you gonna do when I hit you with the Rocky 4 house and the Rocky 2 or Rocky 4 robot and Rocky 2 house?
Walks into Rocky 2 house, sees Rocky 4 robot.
What happened to the robot? I need to know. I don't care. It was probably auctioned off, but I want to know what happened to the robot.
Yeah.
Spin-off movie. Spin-off movie. Rocky 4 robot. The Adventure Within.
It's kind of like the DreamWorks Halloween specials for Shrek and shit.
Ah, those hit.
Those are so good. Absolutely.
Anyways, one thing that I will set up for later, but I really like when Rocky says that he lives his life through his son's eyes.
I wrote that quote down. Yeah.
Yeah. But I'll bring that up again later. I just want to point out that it happened so early on because
Yeah.
that line is very prevalent for a lot of Rocky's actions in this movie.
Yes, I would agree.
But yeah, then we actually get the accountant subplot because like Rocky leaves his son's room.
Oh yeah.
And Adrian's all like, Polly, why'd you do this?
Which in typical Adrian fashion, and also it would be in typical anyone fashion to be like, Polly, what the fuck?
Yeah. I kind of feel bad for Polly because I feel like he was taken advantage of. Like, Rocky went to Russia, and Polly didn't know what the fuck was put in front of him.
Yeah.
So, like, what was he supposed to do? Not sign?
I didn't even think about
And
that.
then get Rocky in trouble?
Because it was probably
Like, I feel like Rocky, or Polly was, like coerced into that.
maybe, and it
'cause he
was
didn't know what
probably
he
something
did.
similar for poor Adrian, where Rocky was just like, "I'm going to Russia," and her being like, "Huh?" So
Yeah.
I assume Polly would have had some simple or similar outcomes. So you make
Yeah.
a good point.
I don't know. I feel like a lot of people just immediately take Adrian's side and it's like, Polly, you dumbass. But I'm like, I'm going to play devil's advocate here. And I'm all like, I don't think it's Polly's fault. I feel like Polly just got put in a really bad situation because Rocky decided to go to Russia.
Yeah, like super randomly, dude.
Like, I get it. That's Polly's job to literally not fuck up. But, like, I also kind of agree with Polly. It's not his fault. It's kind of the accountant's fault for being a thief.
Yeah, that's true.
Because like,
anyone can
I
get duped.
genuinely think the accountant just messed with Polly and was just all like, yeah, this is a tax extension. No, it was power of attorney. But why would
What is
Polly
power
know
of
that?
attorney?
Basically, my aunt had power of attorney over my grandma, so my aunt now has the power to basically, her signature is my grandma's signature, basically. All of my grandma's assets are my aunt's assets.
Damn.
Yeah.
And Polly gave
it's
that.
more. I don't want to get into the legality on the pod, but there's more nuance. It's more than just. I'm just surface level.
Well, yeah.
basically.
Well, even
But-
no matter how deep it goes, that's already like quite the power.
It's huge.
Gives me an
Yeah,
idea
that's
of what the fuck.
huge.
Polly,
No, that's huge. The
yeah.
second you give power of attorney to someone, they better be someone you trust with your life. Fortunately, I don't have anyone like that, so that'll never happen to me. Oh, no.
Oliver. Give
Bro,
Oliver.
I wouldn't. If that cat was a human being and my actual legitimate child, and I was like dying in a nursing home,
No,
I'm not giving him power of attorney.
just cat form with this paw print.
I'm even giving him. I'm gonna give him unpower of attorney. He's not allowed anywhere near me. I love my cat, by the way, but he's stupid. I'm pretty sure if I let him outside, he wouldn't run away. He just would not know how to get home.
He'd get lost. Yeah.
Yeah,
That sounds like Oliver.
yeah.
Ugh, hiccup.
He also hates being picked up, which is so annoying.
I just want to get my.
Actually, yesterday I held him for like 10 minutes.
Oh, cute. Hell yeah.
Like, I picked him up, and he like grabbed onto me and just went going, meow, meow. But he like rested his head on me, and I'm just all like, shh.
One day, Oliver cameo.
One day. Mobile games.
The
be
real villain of Rocky 5, taxes.
taxes. Take everything.
That's how they get you.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Why'd the lawyer have like when so they have the scene where they like explain to us more what Polly did and that the accountant lost or gave away all the money and Rocky's gonna lose everything.
Mm-hmm.
And he's in a lot of debt now. And he's just all like, all right, we're gonna make this back. I'm fighting Union Kane. Why'd he say that to his lawyer?
Yeah, get the fight on.
Shouldn't he be calling Duke?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
Like-
We could have had Duke in the
I'm
movie.
sure Rocky and Duke talked throughout the events of Rocky 5. I hate to say this, but Duke isn't important to the story of Rocky 5.
Not really.
No.
Especially because Rocky's not in the ring himself.
Right. But I'm sure they, kept in touch and were friends.
Yeah.
I don't see why they wouldn't be.
He's still in the universe.
And I'm sure Duke was, called until he was then called again and said, hi, I actually can't fight because I have brain damage. But, like, he said it to the lawyer. So it was just all like, get Union Kane, call George Washington Duke, get Union Kane in the ring. And I'm like, that's your lawyer.
And even the lawyer was like, all right, you
All
got
right.
it.
Yeah.
I'm
The
on it.
lawyer calling George Washington Duke. Yeah, so I honestly don't know what I'm doing. But
I think we're supposed to fight. That's all I got, though.
yeah. See you Thursday.
I guess. Yeah. That was a very...
I thought that was really funny.
fucking
My
funny
note is,
moment.
why is the lawyer setting up the fight? LOL.
Yeah. It was having a fucking belly laugh about that shit.
I thought that was really funny.
At least, though, like, because... I mean, we've said this in the previous episodes, but, like... where it kind of just feels like we're trying to find reasons to have Rocky fight each movie, which, that's how you have a plot. However, the more that it happens, the more I'm like, please leave this man alone.
Yeah.
Especially with the next scene where we find out he has brain damage and then he's getting
Yeah.
bullied by, like, you don't want to fight. My guy, come on. You got to
Yeah.
do this. And he's like...
George Washington
"Ugh."
Duke is awful.
At certain points, especially in the next one where Adrian bumps in, it kind of just feels like Rocky's there like, you're yelling at me. And it's so uncomfortable. Like, it's effective, though.
Yeah.
It's effective discomfort where I'm like, can you shut the fuck up?
Yeah, I agree. I very much agree with that.
Yeah.
But yeah. My next note is when they get back to Philadelphia.
Oh, Rocky 2 House.
No. I thought it was funny that you said, oh, they're wearing the skins from the first game.
Oh, yeah.
We're talking
That's
about
already
the first movie.
when they're back?
Yeah.
Oh. I didn't realize that it happened so soon after. They were like, yeah, you're losing everything. We have the movers. Oh, that guy being a
Well-
fucking asshole.
Well,
to-
I guess that part was at the auction, and they were in the attic getting rid of all their stuff, and then they found their old stuff, and
Oh,
were like,
was
oh,
that
what
an
if we put this back on?
auction? I didn't realize.
Yeah. Oh, because Rocky has got to pay his debt somehow.
Yeah, selling it all makes sense.
Yeah. You got to keep some things. He kept his car.
Oh,
He
true,
still had enough
true.
money left over to rebuy Rocky 2 House.
Rocky 2 House, dude.
But yeah,
Yeah.
I like that the movie goes back to the first movie, like just in general, like setting-wise, outfit-wise.
That kind of almost feels like full circle.
Yeah.
Of course, with Rocky Balboa, we know that's not the case, but it kind of feels like the first 5 do this, and then Rocky Balboa's like over here. It's like,
Well, I mean, yeah, that's kind of the point. That's why it's Rocky Balboa, not Rocky 6.
no, I'm kidding.
Wow,
I'm
okay.
kidding, I'm kidding.
Damn.
I liked, when was that? Was this, there's a moment where he's in Mickey's gym, and then he has that flashback.
That's later.
That's later?
Pretty sure.
Okay.
Yeah, that is later.
I see. My notes are just confusing me then.
That is before Rocky 2 House, though.
Oh. Okay, then yeah. I want to touch on that because that scene I thoroughly enjoyed because I feel like throughout the movies we saw the effects of that conversation where Rocky has this trust in Mickey, even though Mickey can be like an old little hard man. Well,
Oh, little bitch.
yeah.
Love
Pause. I
Mickey.
said hard man. Anyway, he's just this old grumpy man, but in that scene he's like super sentimental. It's like, I love you, I care about you. And I was
Get up, because
Aw.
Mickey loves ya.
yeah, it's
Or
like
get up, you son of a bitch, because Mickey loves ya.
It was just very nice to see that other side
Yeah.
of their dynamic, which otherwise I don't think had not been explored to that depth in the whole series.
Yeah.
So
I mean, we heard him say that on screen. That was from Rocky 3. It's a flashback.
that happened.
I'm pretty sure Burgess Meredith was already dead. They couldn't film new scenes with him.
Oh,
Yeah, that's part of the... He was getting old, and I think that's part of the reason they killed Mickey off in Rocky 3.
that would make sense. Yeah,
Oh, maybe not. Maybe he was alive. But no, that's a flashback to Rocky 3.
I was not aware. I thought that was a new scene, and then they just.
Oh, no,
put
okay.
blue over
Burgess
it.
Meredith was still alive. He died 7 years later.
Oh,
But yeah,
okay.
no, he's
No.
not. He's not on the cast list because he wasn't in the movie.
Yeah.
That was just found footage.
Found footage.
Or
Oh.
archive footage.
Yeah, I see. Well, that's good to know.
Yeah.
Oopsie. I still
okay.
feel like it holds the same
No,
weight.
it's still, yeah. It's important for this movie.
I agree.
And
then we're back in Philly in the house.
Rocky 2 house. Rocky 2 house.
I almost forgot about the fact that his son was moving as well to Philadelphia and had to get new friends and stuff. Because when Rocky was walking him to school, I
Oh,
was
yeah.
like, what the fuck is this pep
I mean,
talk
they
for?
didn't move too far away from Philadelphia, I didn't think. So I was honestly surprised that he didn't have his Rocky 4 friends.
Yeah, I guess they just had to give him his own little joining,
Yeah.
which, I mean, in any case, at least at the beginning, I was kind of like, eh. But then later, as Rocky Jr. became more like expressive of his emotions and kind of acting out and responding to the move and the way that his father kind of doesn't bother him for a little,
Just
like,
a teeny
that's when
bit.
I start to care a lot more about his little side plot.
Yeah. I agree. But yeah, then we meet Tommy outside of Mickey's gym. Pretty sure.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. I actually really like Tommy Gunn and his story and his introduction, especially because it's no one realizes how important he's going to be, especially because he's immediately overshadowed by George Washington Duke,
Yeah.
because
thought
who
it was
also
just-
shows up.
Yeah. I thought it was just a little scene.
Yeah.
I had no idea. Go on.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, yeah, like we didn't realize how important and big that man is going to end up being by the end of the movie. But George Washington Duke, go suck a fat chode, thanks.
Sit on it too.
Yeah, sit on it even.
Do the Olympic long jump or whatever where they do like pew pew just right onto a chud.
Doom, doom.
Exactly.
Yeah,
And then,
Mario ground pound that, except it doesn't squish it and in fact hurts you.
and if that doesn't kill him, well then we'll just
Yeah.
put a bag over his head.
Like, bro literally follows Rocky and harasses him outside of Mickey's gym
yeah.
to fight Union Kane.
Dude.
Union Kane's actor getting paid to just sit there.
It's like I'm watching it all over again.
Because you are. I'm Union Kane.
Dude, I
Plot
like that.
twist.
I like that Adrian gets to step in on this one though,
Yeah, me too.
because I feel like it was very necessary. Because every Rocky movie, we got to be reminded that Adrian is his rock,
Exactly.
and showing him, like, the right from the wrong, from the things that he can't see with his own two eyes, because he's very in the moment, and I feel like a lot of the times it's hard for Rocky to kind of get a broader perspective on his own life, really,
Yeah,
I would say.
I agree. It's important to have stuff like that.
These people don't care about you. Like, yeah.
Yeah.
If no one had said that to his face in that exact way, he probably would be like, oh, they're trying to, you know. And I feel like later that's how Rocky is able to, you know, muster up the words to discourage Tommy from signing with
Yeah.
George Washington Duke.
Not that it works, but
Sadly.
yeah. But yeah. Then he does actually agree to train Tommy.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yeah, after given not even 1 millisecond to think. Because remember...
well, he didn't do it. No, because he came back to the gym after Rocky refurbished it.
Yeah, but I remember you and I both laughed because he literally didn't even give Rocky a minute after getting berated by George Washington Duke outside that first time, and he
Yeah.
was like, "Oh, can I talk to you now?"
Yeah,
And we were both
but
just
yeah,
like, "Dude,
but Rocky didn't agree to train him there.
I know, thank goodness."
Yeah, Rocky's just like, I can't do this. Which, yeah, shit, dude, fuck.
That would be so.
That was
overwhelming.
wild. He just got shit on in like several different ways.
Yeah,
Um,
and then some kid asked,
Tommy. Silly boy.
which I think you and I both share the same. I don't know if you have anything before the next Tommy appearance when he spars with that guy.
No, that's what I was talking about.
Oh, LOL. Yeah, that made me really hate Tommy for like a solid 3 minutes. I guess
I don't
until
know.
he
I
appeared
was.
again.
I wouldn't. I don't hate someone for getting in the ring and just being really angry and going a bit too far.
I think it.
I just get curious as to why someone would do such a thing.
Me personally, it's.
I was all like, "Oh, that's weird."
It shows just
Tell me
such
how your brain works.
bad sportsmanship, though. Like being yelled at by the owner of the gym, which I presume Rocky's like in
Yeah.
some way.
I'm pretty sure he has been since Mickey died.
Oh, exactly.
Who else
so
is
like,
Mickey gonna leave that gym to?
you're not listening
Jimmy
to the
Neutron?
owner, and you're what the fuck, a boy genius,
Boy genius.
Goddard. Yeah, no, but like, it's oh my god, it was just because like seeing fighters like that in real life do that shit, you're like, come on, dude, we can't be doing this. We can't be. Cause
Yeah, it was a movie.
That's true, but that's just the boxer in me, I guess. Former, partially, kind of. As a fan,
Why didn't we do the boxing gloves this time?
I didn't want my hands to get sweaty.
Fair enough.
They got real sweaty last time.
I just wiped it all on something. I don't know what.
Yeah.
I don't know. I didn't mind his rage that much. I thought it was a really good setup for what would eventually become the street fight.
That is a very good point, and when you put it that way, it kind of makes me feel differently. But well, no, I did at the end. It's just in that moment, I was like, "Fuck this guy. He should not be in a boxing gym." But then the street
Well,
fight kind of.
I don't know. I saw that and I was just all like, oh, this is perfect for Rocky. He can mold this boy's rage into sportsmanship.
Yeah, it does have that.
I don't know. It seems like you like to think more about the action and the people behind it, and I like the storytelling aspect,
Yeah, it's
which
kinda,
is fine. I
It's
like that perspective.
I'm just an empath. No, JK. But like, there are certain movies.
I'm an empath for real people.
Yeah. The parallel for that for me is kind of like when I watch, like secondhand embarrassment from movies and such when a character's doing something awkward.
Nope.
Oh, well, I get that.
I never do. Everyone always tells me about it, but I never experience. Like even the Riley scene where everyone in Inside Out 2 got secondhand embarrassment of Riley being super awkward. I didn't really get secondhand embarrassment.
I
not
don't
that
remember
much.
if I did it for that, but for many movies, I'll have to or shows or something, I'll have to physically pause it and walk away for a while before I can come back. And I feel like that side of me was kind of making me hate Tommy because I
Fair
was
enough.
like, dude, stop beating him up.
Yeah, I saw that and I was just like, oh, this is perfect for Rocky. This is the person he needs to train.
Which also works.
Yeah.
And I can see and respect that trope because it makes sense
Yeah.
for the student to become the master.
No, gross. I don't want Tommy Gunn to become no
No,
fucking
no,
master.
Rocky.
Oh, okay.
Rocky's
Yeah,
now
because he's
the
just like
teacher.
Mickey now.
Yeah.
Bro got hurt. Bro retired. Bro's a trainer
Gotta
at the
split
same
the
gym.
punches, split the jab.
Yeah.
Telling him everything. Which, yeah, that comes later again when
Yeah.
Tommy's like, we're not you and Mickey.
Yeah.
Yeah, the storytelling. Okay, yeah, the storytelling, it works. Going from
Oh. I like that Rocky is training Tommy. I just wish he realized what he was doing.
yeah
Yeah.
to his son, you mean, or to who?
Well, not even just to his son, to everyone.
That's a good.
He didn't
point.
just neglect his son.
That's a good point.
That was the one at the forefront, but he did neglect everyone. Like even Paulie called it. He didn't call him out on his shit, but even Paulie in that one scene where
Dude.
Santa Claus was just like, "Dude, shut the fuck up."
When
Like-
everyone's side eyeing so hard when he was like, "We're supposed to be together in a family."
Yeah, even Paulie is getting neglected.
Mm-hmm.
Like, yeah, I just feel bad. I feel like Rocky shouldn't have done this.
I agree, especially when he just is like, "Oh, come over for dinner. That'll be nice." "Oh, take my son's room. He's in the basement."
Yeah.
That immediately for me, I don't know if you've had similar experiences, but as a Latino, being 7 and being like, your family's coming over, you have to sleep on the couch because your family or like your
Nope.
cousins are gonna sleep in your room. Dude, that would happen to me so fucking regularly, and it would piss me off so bad because then my room would smell like 30 to 40-year-old Mexicans who had drunk so much Jimador than last night. And they were so sweaty, and I'd be like, "You guys don't do my fucking sheets."
They wouldn't even make your sheets?
No, they wouldn't bring their own. They would sleep on my bed. The only person that could do that was Steve, because I fucking love Steve.
I don't know. I slept on the couch with my dad a lot.
Yeah, I was always eminent domained.
My mom and my dad would be like, one would sleep upstairs, one would sleep downstairs, because my dad really liked the couch. I don't know why.
Couches go hard.
Yeah.
I mean, see,
so he always slept on the couch, and then him and I would watch TV for unending hours, and then I just fall asleep there.
as a young boy,
I
though,
think like up until high school, I probably slept in my bed like probably count on my 2 hands how much I slept in my own
Damn.
bed.
no, that's fair. I was just always getting kicked out.
No, I would be pissed off. Though I do get pissed off if people are in my room that I don't want there.
Exactly.
So
But yeah, that was just one of the things that immediately jumped out to me of Rocky's behavior, where I was like, "Oh,"
yeah, me too.
What
I was
about
like,
your child?
yeah, buddy.
and ignoring his son in the room while he's there
Yeah,
in his own room.
yeah. I don't have a lot of notes. I don't know. But no, I like he jumps on this opportunity to train a young upstart that he sees himself in. 'Cause that's what Rocky was. He was a sloppy, dirty fighter.
Mm-hmm.
His original fight with the Spider Rico from Rocky 1.
Dude.
Like he was awful.
Mm-hmm.
He just kept wailing on him.
Yeah.
And that's just exactly what Tommy does. And obviously Rocky wants to train this guy. 'Cause he sees himself.
Yeah.
And kind of like how he lives life through his son's eyes, he starts living life through Tommy's eyes.
Right, you mentioned that.
And Tommy like constantly winning, and you know, that's it, just winning. Tommy winning is Rocky winning.
Yeah,
he knows how
living it-
Mickey
he
felt.
reliving it through his
Yeah.
eyes.
The only difference is that like Tommy doesn't care about Rocky the same way Rocky cared about Mickey. Honestly, Rocky's a stepping stone for Mickey, whereas Mickey was, or Rocky, yeah, Rocky is a stepping stone for Tommy, whereas Mickey was truly Rocky's partner.
Yeah.
All of Rocky's trainers are his partners.
Which,
He intends to bring them all the way to the end, where Tommy immediately signs not immediately, but George Washington Duke, during that montage, steps in, so like, hey, there's this girl, she likes you. No, she doesn't. You're paying her to like him.
which is fucking crazy.
'Cause, like, not once does she support him. She supports Duke all the time, though. That's what she's there for. She's there for her paycheck.
See, I like that you mentioned that because I hadn't thought about it until now, as I often do on the podcast when you make up a good point, that when Rocky and Tommy are kind of developing their relationship, I didn't really think about the fact that I didn't think about the depth, because it looked really good. It looked like they were training and bonding and having fun.
I agree. It looked like
But-
that on the surface, but
No, exactly.
whenever I think about it, I just...
Yeah, with the Duke conversation that they had in that penthouse and this girl likes you, I feel like that's where we were like, oh, Tommy is still this, he's just this guy who's coming up and he's got other things on his mind.
Yeah. Rocky never cared to get famous. It just happened.
Mm-hmm.
Tommy wanted the fame
Yeah,
the whole time.
one of the fame, the money,
Yeah.
the fights.
He didn't care about anyone. He didn't care how he had to get there. He just wanted to get there.
Mm-hmm.
He didn't care who he had to crush and destroy, both in and out of the ring.
Foreshadow.
Yeah.
Very good point. Very good point.
But no, that's why I just like Tommy Gunn's story. It mirrors Rocky's, but also is different from Rocky's.
Yeah.
And then putting Rocky in the position of Mickey is just also really good.
Yeah, I kind of, for a while, I was like, they're the exact parallel stories, Rocky and Tommy. But then, yeah, seeing the differences between the two, I like it because it's like Rocky is the good ending
Yeah.
or the preferred ending when you compare it to fucking, Tommy's veering off and being like,
I don't know. I'm gonna say it's a good ending, mostly because of the theming in Rocky Balboa. So I'll get more into it later. But I would say
Of
Rocky
course.
got the good ending,
I do
even though
too.
he lost everything.
yeah, really. He lost everything that was more, you know,
Yeah,
monetary. What do you call those possessions?
monetary.
Oh, lol.
Yeah.
Yeah. That.
Whoops. But yeah,
I'm not even sure what's next. Oh.
no, it's the scene where I didn't take notes on this scene. I honestly didn't take. I don't think Rocky Jr.'s subplot got a single note from me. Now that I'm like looking at my notes.
Damn.
Well, I've been trying to take less notes, so.
Oh, understandable. Oh yeah, I forgot.
But
to get
like
that's fine.
that subplot almost reaches its climax with
The Christmas scene. I really
With
like
the
the
Christmas
Christmas
scene. I
scene.
like that
it was
scene too.
powerful.
yeah,
Bawa.
and like, cause Rocky thinks that that's what it is all the time, and that's another reason why I feel bad that Tommy is in his life, kind of demanding all of this attention that Rocky is choosing to give,
Yeah.
not realizing that he's losing like the Christmas scene moments, because he thinks that, oh, this is regular. This is what we do every day, but it hasn't been every day for like a year, like him and his
Yeah,
son
it's been a
mentioned.
while.
Yeah.
Just like with the
I like how Rocky Jr. is dating that girl of the person who bullied him and took his jacket that he also beat up, and now him and his crony are his cronies.
They're all yeah. Oh, speaking of those guys, you kind of when he beat him up and was gonna bring it up to Rocky, I was kind of mentioning that. Oh, I wonder if Rocky's either gonna completely ignore it or just kind of scold him and be hypocritical. But then you said that he ended up doing like the worst situation possible, which I agree. Kind of just being like, oh yeah, whatever. You should go tell your mom.
Oh, with the jacket.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You should
like
go
way
tell your
back
mom.
when. Yeah,
That's arguably
at the start of
worst thing he
training.
could have done.
Yeah, that is the worst thing that he could have done.
Definition of the worst they can say is no.
Yeah. Oh, the worst your dad can do is get mad at you for beating up a kid. Oh, no, that's great. Go tell your mom. I don't care. All right, anyways, Tommy.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't think in Rocky's mind that was neglectful. I think in Rocky's mind he was actually proud of Rocky Jr., and that's why all of those things never occurred to him that he was being neglectful, because his thoughts and his feelings for everyone didn't change. It was just where he was spending his time did.
Dude, that's so real. I've personally had that issue before now that you put it that way.
Yeah.
Where I've been like, no, but I think it's fine. But, it's not fine to the recipients, and that's kind of where people need to grow sometimes.
I don't know. The big thing is that the recipients didn't mention anything until the Christmas scene.
Which is kind of...
Which Rocky can't alter his behavior until it is mentioned.
Exactly.
Because in his mind, everything is okay.
Yeah, if he doesn't know he's doing
recognize, go tell your mom, is bad, because he also said, nice job.
Yeah, exactly.
Good job. Glad you got it back. Go tell your mom. Right?
Yeah.
He doesn't understand that's dismissive. He understands, oh, I'm busy, so...
Get away from me, kid.
Oh.
No, not like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kind of, but yeah. Less...
less intense.
Yeah, less intense. That's the word. But yeah, no. So I feel like when it comes to Rocky's neglect, I'm happy it's finally being brought up, because Rocky almost immediately changes his behavior.
That's
once
true.
he realizes what is actually happened.
After Adrian and him have that,
We're not there yet.
Oh, I thought we were there.
No, because they
no,
go
we
into the
have
basement
Tommy.
first.
Yeah.
Yeah. I just want to do it in order because this scene is my favorite in the movie.
Oh, okay. Understandable.
This is the one particular scene. But yeah, Christmas scene, right? Because we start in the living room, right? Then we move it into the basement. And that's when I thought it was really funny when they turned on the light. So were they
Talk
sitting
to
there in the
me.
dark until he came down? I don't understand.
They were like, he's gonna come down. Just hold on.
He's gonna come down, guys. Don't worry. Don't worry, my cronies. He's coming down.
Hold on.
You want to talk?
You
Let's
wanna-
talk.
Yeah, exactly.
I thought the opening for that part of the sequence was really funny
Yeah.
just because it makes me. I'm like, why the fuck
It's
are
like
they
an
just standing
interrogation
in the
room.
dark?
Yeah.
And yeah, that too. And I'm happy that it's not really one-on-one, but it's like the only two people that are going to comment are Rocky and his son.
Yeah.
Because Adrian and Polly are upstairs, and the cronies are not gonna comment because they don't
Dude.
know.
Yeah, when my friends, when I was like 8 and shit, were getting like just, bickering and bantering with their parents, I'd just be like, what
Yeah.
do you think? Oh, I'm just here to have a good time.
I have a thing in my pocket.
Don't worry.
Yeah. Sorry, this is nothing to do. I just found this receipt. This receipt is so old. It's from 2 years ago.
Well, haven't you not worn that jacket in a long time?
Yeah. Think I can go to Walmart and demand a refund? No.
I know it's past the 90 days, but please.
It's been about 700.
Yeah.
Give me my stuff back or my money back.
We
Well, it's almost 2 years. It was 2022 November. Anyways, but yeah, I like that Rocky Jr. can finally say his mind, and he finally gets to tell Rocky everything he's been doing. Because it's not okay that Rocky's been neglectful, even if he doesn't realize it. It's not
Of
okay.
course.
At the same time, I do think it should have been said sooner, purely because, again, neglect. If you feel neglected, you need to say something.
Yeah,
Because
especially.
the person doing it is either doing it on purpose or doesn't know they're doing it. Not making it okay, not making it all on you to say it.
Mm-hmm.
But if you don't say it, it's only going to get worse.
Yeah.
I say it. It's not even your fault for not saying it. It's just simply going to get worse and become more of a problem if you say nothing.
Yeah, because otherwise the problem builds without any sort of chipping away at a solution.
Exactly.
It's all
Because the
building on
person
one end.
neglecting doesn't even know th're doing it. At least in this case. Like Rocky doesn't even know he's
Rocketh.
doing it until he's told.
And I like that even while he's getting chewed out by Rocky Jr., he's kind of just like, he's listening. I
Yeah.
don't know. He's not like, he's trying to not even deflect and defend. I mean, honestly, I kind of see what he's doing as something that I've also done where I'm like, but this is good. And, I like a lot that Rocky was listening and trying to say, I thought I was doing good, but still at the same time listening and really
Yeah.
absorbing what his son was saying.
Right.
I
Because
can-
obviously Rocky thought he was doing good.
I connect with that a lot.
Yeah. Like, yeah, of course Rocky thought he was doing good, but
Mhm.
that's just not the case. I mean, he was in those moments that I thought I was doing good here. Yes, you were here, not all the time.
Yeah,
though.
exactly.
And neglect comes from a lack of doing good all or most of the time.
It's about
unfortunately.
consistency and
Yeah.
not just courtesies every now and
Exactly.
then. Good scene.
But yeah. And then Rocky Jr. just marches out and
Mic drop.
Bro, where are you going?
Out.
When are you going to be back?
Later.
If I said that to my mom and pa,
See, exactly. You
I'm
with that.
dead. I'm dead. There would be no Blockbuster Banter. I would just be dead.
Me with my room is you with that.
Yeah.
Being like,
Like, there's no... like, my dad was like, where are you going? I'll just be like, to park. And he's like, when are you going to be back? Probably 9 or 10. Done. Easy. Simple. Hey, where are you going? Walmart, 3.5 miles away. I don't have to say 3.5 miles away, but like, point being is I can go wherever the hell I want. I just have to say where I'm going and when I'll be back.
Mhm.
But if I had said out later, I ain't going out for the next 3 months. I just got grounded.
yeah.
Which honestly, that was so disrespectful.
Yeah. Even if he was like in the heat of the moment and he was on top of the world because he was finally able to say that to his
Right.
dad or whatever, it was still kind of like,
Um,
bruh,
yeah,
mom wasn't doing nothing to you.
no,
That's one of my things.
I would have, even if I was mad at my mom and dad, if I said something like that, I would be worse.
yeah.
Like, or if we were mad at each other. But like,
Being in a fight with dad does not equal being in a fight with mom,
I agree.
and vice versa.
Yeah, I still don't think he should talk like that to his dad. Even
Oh, yeah.
yeah.
To either.
Like if he said like even if he was fighting with Adrian, for example, and then did that to Adrian, Well, for one, if I was fighting with my mom and I did that to my mom, my dad is beating my ass. That's not true. My dad didn't beat me, but he would probably be like,
Yeah.
He would get off his couch and I'm in my room or I'm 6 feet under.
Yeah.
He wouldn't beat my ass. He'd just shoot me. No, I'm kidding. We didn't have guns in the house. But no. Don't think he'll love my father.
I
No.
shan't.
But no, he would get on my case so much.
Yeah.
There would be no out, no later, only here, now.
Understandable. Absolutely.
But yeah, no. Like, I don't know, at least in my household, there was no disrespecting the parent without repercussions.
No, absolutely not. I told you that one
Like,
time.
so it was wild to me that Rocky Jr. got away with that.
Yeah, dude, like I was telling you while we were watching the movie, one time my mom was just like yelling at me because I was probably being a bitch. And then I started yelling back, and she was like, "What the fuck did you just say?" And I was like, "I thought we were yelling."
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly like
As
that.
a kid, if my mom would yell at me, I'd yell back. And then and then it's even worse for me.
Yep.
Which, honestly, real and true.
Good times.
As now a pet owner, I understand if Oliver started yelling at me, bruh. I get, like, if he was like my actual child and my actual child started yelling at me back, and I'm like, dude, you're the one in trouble here. Don't fucking scream at me.
This isn't about me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, you're the one who tore up my roommate's blinds. Why the fuck are you getting mad at me?
He did that?
Yeah.
Dude.
He keeps putting his head through Travis's blinds. It's pissing me off.
I see.
Every time I come home, I just see a little hole in his blinds. I'm like, Oliver, you dumb fuck.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
He understands what he's not allowed to do. He just waits till everyone's gone and does it anyway.
He's a
He's a
rambunctious little boy.
terrorist.
Oh, my
I'm
goodness.
playing D&D, and everyone I play D&D with constantly says that. It's just like, oh, Oliver's being a little terrorist again. Because they can hear him better than I can.
I see.
Because I have sound-canceling headphones, but I also have a mic that picks up everything in the room.
Yeah.
So they can hear him. I can't hear him. And they're like, oh, Tyler, he's being a terrorist. And I turn around, and I just see him
And lo and behold.
destroying things. And I'm all like, why do you do these things? I come home with a new toy constantly. You have a scratch pad. Destroy that.
Yeah.
Anyways, I digress. They go outside. It's my favorite part. That's when Rocky and Adrian talk on the street.
That's a really
I
beautiful
love
scene.
that part.
It's just like the beach scene from
Yeah, from Rocky 3.
3. Okay, yeah, it was 3.
It's so good.
And this is another part where I feel like the acting was acting so hard.
Oh, yeah. They acted.
Like,
Oh.
like Rocky throwing the jacket on the floor, just like in frustration, just like, get fucking down this.
The little jacket on the floor that hurts as a fellow leather jacket connoisseur wearer.
It was just such a powerful
But
scene.
yeah, no, I love that. And then, like, that's when Adrian's just all like, yeah, you're winning again, but you're losing us.
Mm-hmm.
And I love that this whole movie is like beats Rocky. Like, he hits rock bottom at the start of the movie, but like, in my opinion, this is the biggest hero's downfall Rocky has ever had. Just
Yeah.
considering he's already at rock bottom, and it feels like someone just picked him up, still down, and just slammed him back down onto rock bottom.
Yeah.
Like, damn.
And also Adrian telling him, I like when she said something that while he was winning and while he was getting beat, that she was there for all of it too.
Yeah,
Because she was.
exactly.
And then I think that's when,
That's when he realized.
and that's when he's like
Oh, wait,
going
no.
in to hug her
I
and
forgot
such.
to mention, at this point, Tommy Gunn had come, said he's signing the deal with Duke, and he
then
drove
drove
off
off.
with Rocky holding onto the car. Which, imagine if Rocky got hurt there.
I know. Slips, falls, coma.
Yeah, like, but yeah, Tommy Gunn bad.
Tommy Gun bad. Truly.
Anyways, but yeah, no, the car road scene I think is better than the Rocky 3 beach scene.
I agree.
The Rocky 5 roads scene is insane. Because literally everything Rocky was clinging to after losing everything just left him. His son, Tommy Gunn.
Yeah.
And again, once again, he only has Adrian left.
See,
Just
and
like it's Rocky
even there,
Beach
he still thinks he has Tommy because in the following scene when he's watching from home
Oh yeah,
and how excited he is for him and how into it he was getting,
yeah.
I feel like
After he signed with Duke and Rocky was no longer his trainer.
that's my favorite scene in the whole movie because it's so
Fair enough.
impactful.
Yeah,
I think that's where we see
I know
the
he
most.
was so excited.
I think also
He's
like
the only one supporting Tommy too.
I think it was all the PTSD. I think that's where it comes out the most. At least
Yeah.
that's
Well, because again, he thinks he's winning. when
he's
Tommy's
winning. He's hitting the
Yeah.
bag. He's like sweating. He's jumping all around. He jumps, cheers, but then the family's looking at him like, oh
Yeah,
my
everyone's
god,
just like,
he's
"Dude, you
yelling.
good, fam?"
Yeah,
But yeah, like this is not like the same look that we got in the Christmas scene of like, oh my God, shut the fuck up, Rocky.
yeah. It's like,
it's
oh my god.
oh my God. Like I think they're realizing how bad his PTSD is affecting
How
him,
deep he's in it.
and I think that's part of the reason why he neglects everyone too,
Mm-hmm.
because his PTSD clings on to I can win again.
Yeah.
Because and I think also a big part of him wanting to win again and cling on to Tommy is that he didn't get to retire on his own terms.
Yeah.
This is the first movie that he wasn't ready to retire.
That's true. He was like, yeah, let's keep on fighting.
Yeah. Well, I guess he wasn't really ready to retire in Rocky 4. He was doing less fights, but he was going to fight Ivan before Apollo wanted to take it over.
That's right.
But that is a fight that he did schedule.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess Rocky 3 was the only time he really wanted to retire. But this time he didn't
had
want
for
to,
the,
and
for
he
the
had
sake
to.
of his own safety.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like he was literally ordered to.
Mm-hmm.
Like he literally was not allowed back in the ring. So I think that PTSD just manifested in I can win again through Tommy.
Yeah.
And
It's just eating him alive.
yeah, and I agree that this is like the biggest showcase of that.
Yeah. It was very powerful.
I agree.
I was like tense, and I felt it in my chest, like if I was watching that.
I agree. When Tommy wins and everyone starts booing him and chanting Rocky's name, especially after he thinks George Washington Duke and not Rocky,
Fucked up.
that is the most fucked up thing someone could do.
And it destroys him.
Yeah, yeah. But I think that's what Rocky needed to hear.
Absolutely.
Yeah, because at that point onward, he doesn't care.
Mm-mm.
Like he genuinely just doesn't care. Because when Tommy meets him at the bar later, there is no good to see you type shit.
It's just, oh, yo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Rocky at that point has been clicked back into gear, so to speak. He's the Rocky that we've known throughout the whole series.
I agree.
Yeah. I think the Adrian thing started to slide him back into gear, but he needed Tommy completely out of his life in order to be fully
Yeah.
not fixed because PTSD.
Yeah.
That doesn't even that even comes back in Rocky Balboa, but like
Yeah.
to be the closest to normal he can get.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah.
Or his most unadulterated self without that
Yeah.
external, like, horrible influence on him.
Yeah.
But then, as you mentioned, when he gets to the
Bar. The climax of the movie. Bro.
The ending of this movie's fucking alone jumped my rating up. Fun fact.
Fair enough. The ending of this movie is great. Yeah, I love the ending of this movie.
As
It's
soon as
so
this-
good.
All of my final notes for this last chunk are in all caps. Like, all of them have caps lock on. Because I was just like, wow.
All of the ones about the fight are in caps for me. I only have one that isn't about the fight. When like Tommy comes to the bar and he just goes full psycho on Rocky to prove that he's better. He's insane.
Yeah,
He is
He's
insane.
just violence.
Also, this is where they met the first time.
Oh, yeah.
Poetry.
Mm-hmm.
It rhymes.
And also having George Washington Duke just be like, yeah.
Yeah.
The villain
Screaming
there.
the whole time.
I was telling Tyler, it was kind of like, for those of you who've played Devil May Cry 2, he looks like the villain.
Yeah.
Because just in a popped up coat, and that's all I could think about whenever he would just flash on the screen.
Flash on the screen and scream. It's so funny.
My quote for this one might be from this scene because I really liked, "Hey Tommy, I didn't hear no bell,"
Yeah.
because that's so fucking badass.
Yeah, all of my notes are fuck him up, beat the fuck out of Tommy, street fight, and then I
Yeah.
don't hear no bell, and then round 3, baby, kick his ass.
And we can't forget it being televised and Adrian looking the most mom ever.
Yeah, the most mom.
He's on
Mom,
TV.
he's on TV. He's fighting.
What? Rushes the fuck
most
up.
mom Adrian has ever looked.
Yeah, dude. Really.
But no, that was probably terrifying for both of them.
Mm-hmm.
This is also,
Absolutely.
in my opinion, Rocky's second most dangerous fight because
Yeah.
nothing's going to be Ivan Drago. I mean, Ivan Drago is such a threat that his existence haunts Rocky in Rocky 5, and he's not even.
Yeah. He's
I
not
think
in it. He's not mentioned.
He's not in it. I think he's mentioned at the beginning
Oh, well, yeah.
when they first land from Russia, but they don't talk about him after that scene. After the fallout of Rocky 4 is over and we get into the main plot of Rocky 5, he's not mentioned once, but he's flashed on screen a lot.
And also, Ivan killed Duke to death.
Apollo.
Oops, Apollo to death, as
Duke's
Mickey
alive,
said he
bro.
would. And so, yeah, I don't think anything will ever top that. However,
But
no
Mickey
gear.
said that Clubber was going to kill Rocky.
Fuck.
Because
yeah.
Mickey was dead by the time Ivan was introduced.
Okay, I need to get my timeline rearranged in my head. But still, the fact that Ivan killed someone.
Yeah.
So this would be the second, just because I mean, no gear, no professional like moderation and stuff.
And
It's
then
just
also
a street
the
brawl.
brain damage too. Rocky can't take as many hits anymore.
Exactly.
So yeah, this is like the weakest Rocky has ever been versus
Old
an
man
opponent.
Rocky.
Well, not nearly as strong as even the likes of Clubber Lang.
Mm-hmm.
Is just more physically empowering over a very weakened Rocky.
Yeah, emotionally,
yeah.
mentally.
Like I'm sure that street fight was hard for Rocky in many different ways.
Mm-hmm.
And I like after he gets beaten round 2, the thing to get him back up is Mickey being like, get up, you son of a bitch, because Mickey loves ya. And then it does the dun, 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 dun,
Oh,
with
that's
the
right.
fucking train going by and his face rising from the left side of the screen.
Oh, I didn't even notice that.
You made fun of it.
Oh. Bruh. Oops.
You were just all like, this is so silly.
Oh, well, yeah.
And then he's like, hey, Tommy. I didn't hear no bell. Beats the shit out of him.
Yeah, it felt very like Streets of Rage to me.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you're
I can see
familiar.
Uh,
It's just an
But
old
yeah,
beat
I
'em up
like
arcade
that.
game. It was so cool.
yeah. Can't wait for Tommy Gunn to catch 4 accounts of fucking assault.
Dude.
Paulie, Rocky, the 2 random people.
Yeah, just boo, like, whoa.
Yeah. When he started beating up the crowd, I was just like,
The civilians are catching strays, dude.
yeah.
Never show up to the Lucky 7 Tavern or whatever.
Yeah, I think that was what it was called. But yeah.
Were there any deaths in this one?
Nope.
Okay, so there's no moment of silence.
No.
Okay, cool. I think that's it, right?
Yeah.
A tier.
Yes, A tier. I had to think about this one a lot because I like Rocky Balboa more, and I wanted to think about where I wanted to put Rocky Balboa, and then this one would be the tier underneath it. Or I would put it on the same tier and just specify, but I do think Rocky 5 is going in A tier for me.
Very nice. I agree.
Now, before we move on to Rocky Balboa, I need you to rate, and I have my own rating. Rate the 5 climax fights, like the first Apollo fight, the second Apollo fight, Clubber, Drago, and then Gunn. I have my rating.
In terms of what?
Just how much you enjoyed them.
Ranking each of them, or like A through
Which
F?
one was your favorite?
Oh,
Which one was
this
your least
one.
favorite? Okay.
I love
There's
street
4
fights.
more.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, rank them all, like from best to worst or worst to best. I don't care.
I think it goes this one, and then
Gunn.
Ivan,
Drago.
Duke 2, Duke 1, and then...
Why do you keep calling him Duke?
Fuck! Apollo 2,
You've been doing
Apollo.
that since yesterday.
No,
Apollo 2, then Apollo 1.
Duke's
and
just
then
always on
Clubber.
my mind. Yeah, and then Apollo.
Yeah. For me,
Fuck. Then
for me, it is Apollo 2. Nothing for me will ever beat the Adrian, I did it. 2 movies going into this fight just immediately puts it at a huge advantage over the others.
That's understandable.
then Drago, then Gunn, then Apollo 1, then Clubber for
Mhm.
me. Can we add a 6 spot?
Sure.
I want to leave 5 blank and then Clubber being at 6.
Oh, okay.
I want to put more distance.
Understandable.
Clubber. It's also the shortest one.
Clubber?
Yeah. Like by
What, 3
far.
rounds?
Well, I don't. No, well, no, I mean shortest like screen movie time.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, I just wanted to rank the original 5 because that's it. The Rocky story is over. Rocky
Oh,
Balboa is
true.
like a Logan-styled epilogue, really.
It really is.
Um,
Old Man Rocky.
Old Man Rocky. And then the new series is Creed.
Mm-hmm.
So
And then we have this little middle.
2 different stories.
Mm-hmm.
But that is the original pentology of Rocky films.
Can't believe we're here.
Yeah, I know. I've been very excited for this particular episode. But anyways, I digress now that I got your ranking out of you.
We got Rocky Balboa, baby.
Rocky Balboa.
How much time do we have in?
Till noon.
Okay, cool.
So I did actually know Mason Dixon's name since the first episode of the Rocky series. I just thought Mason Dixon was a fake name. It seems not real to me.
It's the most named name.
Yeah,
That's like people with 2 first names.
that was my first note. That I did know it last time when I said I didn't know it. I did know it. I just didn't think it was real, so I didn't say it.
My first note is the Turtles.
Yeah, that's my second note. The Turtles! Rocky 1 Turtles, they're still alive.
Dude, Rocky 2 House, Rocky 4 Robot,
Rocky
Rocky 1
1
Turtles.
Rocky 3 Statue, Rocky 5 Bar.
Rocky 3 statue. Fuck, dude.
Um,
Funnily enough, my second note is Adrian.
yeah. Anyways,
I
I
physically
feel like we need
screamed.
to...
That's right. Oh, this is gonna be so bad for my head. I apologize.
We would
for
like
how
to
I
do
look.
a moment of silence for the death of Adrian Balboa. How long is this gonna last?
I feel like she gets an extra couple seconds because she's the goat.
Okay.
Rest in peace, Pookie. I'm
So,
sorry I
yeah.
ever friend zoned you.
I will say, and I talked about this during our watch, I hate off-screen deaths so unbelievably much.
Mm.
An off-screen death, it depends on the importance of the character, but if, for example, Goku died off-screen, not even Goku, Bulma died off-screen
Yeah.
in Dragon Ball. What the fuck is the point of that? Like,
Mhm.
it is such a narrative. when
Like a record scratch?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, I hate off-screen deaths as a narrative device. They are the worst way to convey death. I understand that off-screen deaths is, the majority of real-life deaths, like 99.999% of the time.
Oh,
You're
yeah.
going to hear about a death before you actually see it.
That Hunger Games guy, too.
Which guy? What?
I think in one of the last ones, I've only seen the series once, but in one of the last ones, some old dude dies from outside. I don't know.
I forget.
Yeah, me too.
It's been a while
But
since I...
it's
only
that
watched 'em.
situation where the
Yeah.
actor dies and then they have to write out the character.
Recast, motherfuckers. Don't be afraid to recast. But when telling a story and making a narrative piece, you do not have to adhere to the laws of real life.
Yeah, exactly.
And in a character so important and integral to the story, killing them off screen is the worst option. It makes me hate people's characters if they die off screen because I feel like I wasted my time getting invested.
That's understandable.
A character's death needs to be very impactful and not impactful of, yeah, they died. No. That shit better be on screen. So off-screen deaths immediately piss me off. They are the biggest red flag in like pieces of media for me.
Mm-hmm.
And the way to handle death is just very important in pieces of media, anyways. There are few exceptions to my rules when it comes to death, but off-screen deaths are such a big no-no to me. With all that being said, Adrian's death is the most perfect way to write her out and to kill her.
I would hate to see her like get shot or some shit. I'd be like,
Yeah.
no.
There's no way to do Adrian's character justice without giving her an off-screen death. Speaking of those moments where I break my rule, this is the the Rocky franchise is the only franchise that has off-screen deaths that I not only am okay with, but genuinely love. For every other movie we ever see, if there's an off-screen death, I will be ranting for the next 20 years because I hate off-screen deaths. But Adrian's death, because this is a different type of movie. And this is a movie about a grieving man who has this untamed beast.
Yeah, that's
which
what they were
continues
calling
on,
it.
in my opinion, from Rocky 5, because he didn't want to stop fighting in Rocky 5.
Yeah.
And I feel like with Adrian gone, this beast inside of him, which I love that theme, but the beast inside Rocky needs to come out again because this has always been the case in every Rocky movie. He only knows how to fight.
Yeah. Way back when.
Yeah. So starting the movie off with Rocky One Turtles, and him visiting Adrian's grave with Paulie in the background. Yeah, the one time I agree with not only agree and support, but very much love and adore an off-screen death. But yeah,
it works.
I agree.
I like that we just see that our hero is getting old.
Yeah.
He's not like ancient yet or nothing.
No.
Like he's in Expendables and fuck. But
Yeah.
I mean, like he owns a restaurant now. It's like that's the type of shit where you're like,
Yeah, that's the next part.
I just want to own a restaurant, and I like
Spider Rico will return in Avengers Endgame, and this is Avengers Endgame. Dude, Spider Rico just sitting there eating food is so funny to me, and I don't know why.
When Tyler threw that out while watching the movie, I lost my
burst
mind.
out laughing.
That was so fucking funny.
But no, I agree. I love that he has a restaurant named after Adrian. There's so many pictures of Adrian, but there's also pictures of every fight but Ivan Drago and Tommy Gunn, but that's just because why would you put a street fight up there?
Yeah. I like that we learned the restaurant's name after he mentions he owns a restaurant too. It's really nice.
When did he first mention he owned a restaurant?
I think he was talking to Little Marie or something.
What?
Like, you guys should come down to my restaurant when he was going to hand them a card.
The scene after...
I don't know. I just...
No, because the scene after the grave visit is the shot of Adrian's and him working. Because he doesn't see Little Marie until later.
Oops. I guess I just had my... I was really fucking high when we were
Yeah, I
watching
could tell.
So, yeah, my order's probably just all fucked up. But, yeah. And
Yeah, I was going to say, because that was way later.
Because
this is the third scene of
as
the movie.
Tyler Garver would say, TLDR. I like that it's called Adrian's Restaurant. It's so cute. And
It's beautiful.
it works. And, of course, Spider Rico.
But yeah, because then after he was working, he revisits a bunch of places from Rocky 1.
Right.
He revisits the pet store. He revisits the ice rink. And Paulie follows him the whole time. I love at the ice rink, Paulie's just all like he admits that he treated Adrian poorly, and he's like, I can't do this anymore. And then, like, Rocky did this last year, and it implies that it's happened so many other times,
however
too.
many times it's been she's
Paulie, a
gone.
real one for always doing this, especially when it's eating him up.
Mm-hmm.
The two of them grieve very differently, so...
and you said that they were, like, conflicting, too, with the way that they grieve, because Rocky likes to talk about it, and I'm sure Paulie likes to just ignore it.
Paulie likes to...
Yeah, exactly.
What did 90 Proof Santa, that's what they called him in the last movie. That was so funny. So that's what Paulie does. Like, I'm sure his day habits of constantly drinking and just pour into his grief. Because he can't.
Of course.
The thing I noticed about Paulie going with him is he never goes up to any of the places like Rocky does. He's always in the background.
Mm-hmm.
He can't get closer, and I think because he feels all that guilt for how he treated Adrian when they still lived together.
Yeah.
He didn't even treat her that poorly after Rocky won.
Yeah.
Like,
It could have been better, but it wasn't nearly as bad as one.
But Paulie can just be better, period. Paulie is a very flawed human being.
Yeah.
I hate that I would love to hang out with him. This is my favorite Paulie. Like, Rocky Balboa
too.
Paulie is peak Paulie.
It's my favorite Paulie. Yeah.
I love Paulie in this movie. But, like, yeah, no, I absolutely adore just both Rocky and Paulie's opener. I will say, interesting narrative choice. Oh my god, I just shuffled all of my notes.
Control Z.
Yeah, my computer is busted. But yeah, I think it's cute that Paulie like kind of snaps and is just like, I can't do this
I can't
anymore.
fucking do it. Yeah.
Yeah, and
Mhm.
I like that their grieving styles conflict with each other, and I don't
And-
know. I still feel like both of them are there for each other in
I
different
agree.
ways.
I was gonna say I like that, even though they have conflicting ways of coping, they still end up helping
Yeah.
each other out. It's very beautiful.
Yeah,
That's a lifelong friendship there.
I agree. I mean, God, I hope so. With all the things they've been through since Rocky won.
dude.
Holy crap. Paulie, say what you will about Paulie, but that man is more loyal than Mikasa Ackerman. Like, I'm just saying, when it comes to representations of loyalty and friendship, Paulie and Rocky, that's my number one, and it has been for years.
Nice.
It's my favorite representation of friendship and loyalty. Just because of how flawed of a human being Paulie is, yet every single time, Rocky and Paulie always are together,
Yeah.
and they're always in each other's corners.
Very true.
But yeah, then he
That's-
meets Little Marie because Paulie leaves because he can't do this shit.
That's right. He goes to the bar.
Yeah, he
It
goes to
was
the
woman
bar
cancer.
alone. Yeah, I love Little Marie's reintroduction.
I was like, ever since you mentioned it, remember her, because Little Marie also returns in Avengers Endgame apparently.
Yeah, apparently.
And I remember you saying always being on the lookout, and I wrote down red herring Little Marie because I thought the girl that came
Yeah.
up to him.
I even said yes because I thought you were talking about the bartender.
Yeah.
I thought you were actually talking about Little Marie, but you were talking about the lady who was.
Asking him for a drink.
Yeah, and I was red herring Little Marie is.
And I like that the old bartender that was working there recognized Rocky. Like, how
Yeah.
you doing, Rocky? He's like,
Hey,
hey,
Noon Rock.
it's
Yeah, that
me,
was funny.
old
But I
friend.
love Little Marie's reintroduction. It's so by chance,
Yeah, it's not something I would expect at all.
right? It is probably the most callback in this movie. Like
Yeah.
of all the things that they brought back from Rocky 1 and all the nostalgia bits that they used
Which
and parallels.
this movie felt like it was just nostalgia.
Yeah. I mean, that's the point.
Of
I
course.
think. Yeah.
I feel like that was their main element.
Yeah. I think that's what makes this movie more effective.
Mm-hmm.
It's the nostalgia bit. I also love the new rendition of the Fly Now theme. That's just much
Yeah.
slower.
With the
And-
violins and
yeah.
shit. It's super pretty.
Because before it's all triumphant and
Mm-hmm.
really good for a training montage, and now it's just this soft melancholy.
It's like, you're not familiar with Metal Gear Solid, are you?
No.
Well, there's an old Snake theme that isn't like a new rendition of any of the other songs from the soundtrack, but it's kind of it's in a similar vein, where the protagonist gets old as fuck, and so he has like an old man song.
That's
So
cool.
that's kind of how I feel with Rocky.
That is cool. I like that. But yeah, and I like that he like offers to take Little Marie home.
Yeah, and then he gets a defender without being like,
No, Little
He
Marie.
doesn't have to-
It ain't okay.
yeah, it
Or
ain't
it ain't
alright.
alright.
I love that.
Yeah.
I have that
Yeah, because
quote.
the people that were just yelling at both of them,
Mm-hmm.
and he didn't really care when it was him, but then they started yelling at Little Marie, and he's just all like,
I ain't gonna let this happen.
Yeah, and then she's all like, "It's all right," and he's like,
No, little
Mm.
Marie.
"It
It
ain't."
ain't all right.
Yeah, I love that. Love that, and I like Steps too. I'm gonna fuck with him. He's
Steps,
fun.
the kid.
Yeah,
I loved when they
Steps,
revealed
short for
the
Stevenson.
fact that that was her child. And I said, oh my God, a biracial child. And Tyler said, she fucked the mailman.
Yeah.
I lost my mind. That was so fucking good.
I know she said his dad was from Jamaica, but it's funnier to think she fucked a mailman. I'm just saying. Yeah.
Starting here, I don't have a lot of notes.
I didn't have a lot of notes until the computer fight because I was honestly,
Yeah,
I
me
was
too.
just enjoying the slice of life movie.
Mm-hmm. It was fun. I did write.
I will say, before we get to my next note, what's his name? I want to pronounce this correctly, because Rocky Jr. has had so many fucking actors. Milo, I'm gonna butcher this. Milo Ventimiglia. I don't know how to pronounce that. God, he is my favorite Rocky Jr. actor. He's such a good actor.
Of course.
And he did such a good job in the role of Rocky's son, and especially because his reintroduction now is working for this corporate
He's an
conglomerate.
adult. He's a big
Yeah.
boy. I liked it.
I agree, but I like the both the shows of disdain and love that he has for his father, that
Yeah.
set up for their strained relationship, which I'm sure started in Rocky 5 and just kind of continued here. But like, I mean, I would also feel that way. Like, we talked about it a little bit during the movie, but as a son to a father, my father is the benchmark.
Yeah.
And if my father was Rocky Balboa, that's an impossible benchmark for me to meet.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
The bar's
Rocky
quite
Jr.
high.
Yeah, so Rocky Jr. instead of wanting to live up to his father, wants to create his own legacy, because it's not possible to live up to his father's.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't blame him for slightly resenting his father for having, like, I wouldn't want handouts either.
Especially because at a certain point for Rocky, it was like, oops, lost it. It went away.
Sorry, I just thought it was really funny. I went, oops.
No, I paused because I was like, where'd it go?
Yeah, I was just all like, ooh, I wonder what his mind is cooking. And then you just said, oops. And I was just like,
Yeah, well,
fair enough.
that's.
But yeah,
that's
no,
all.
I do really like his reintroduction. It sets up how their relationship is going to function for this movie.
Mm-hmm.
And that subplot has really good payoff later anyways. It also really sets up that it just makes sense. The boss doesn't give a shit about Rocky Jr. the second he sees Rocky.
Yeah.
He's just all like, hey, nice to finally meet you. Let's get a picture. Rocky Jr. is literally a name higher.
Yeah, Balboa.
Yeah.
They're like, hey, we
got Rocky's son that works here.
Welcome to Chili's.
Welcome to Chili's. This is Rocky Balboa's son.
Hey.
Yeah. Anyways, that's all I had. That's all I'm thinking about. I say all I had, like I took notes on that scene, which I didn't.
That I think you mentioned right before we get to the computer scene, and that's my next note. It's bruh, we get it. It's 2006.
Yeah.
Because they have the fucking CGI
The
computer
CGI
shit, and they had the
fighters.
killers playing, and I was like, oh.
Felt authentic to me because it reminded me of Bowling Alley Strike videos and how awful the CGI on those things are.
I'm not familiar.
Do you go bowling?
Oh, I thought you were referencing like a YouTuber.
Nope.
Yeah.
Bowling.
Yeah, those shits.
Yeah,
They're fucking
like the
crazy.
bowling
Exactly.
cinematics.
It was exactly
That's
like
what
that.
I thought of when I saw it, but I do agree. It's 2006. We get it.
Mm-hmm. It was just so
it was
funny.
really bad. It was hard to look at. While his son is in the bar, though, all of his friends seem to treat him like Rocky's son and not Robert.
Yeah.
If that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Because there's like, oh, they're talking about your dad, ha ha ha, and you can see how uncomfortable he is and how much he doesn't want that to be the case.
Yeah. And he was.
And then people are like, oh, what happened to you? Like, shut the fuck up.
He doesn't have to be a boxer.
Yeah, he doesn't have to be like his dad. So
he
like,
he could play Tetris professionally if he fucking wanted.
right?
You know, he's his own dude.
Yeah. So I feel bad for Robert Jr. in that sense.
Mm-hmm.
But again, it's obviously not Rocky's fault. It's not Rocky's fault he had a kid and was also super famous and a great boxer. Like, Rocky just lived his life.
Yeah.
So it's unfair that no one... Rocky's the only character in this movie that wants Robert to live his own life. Besides Robert, obviously. But, like,
Yeah.
Rocky does nothing but show support for Robert in everything.
Mm-hmm.
I will say it broke my heart when he called the restaurant and said he wasn't going to go that night.
Yeah.
And then I don't think that was the same night as the computer. I think that
I
was
don't
a
think so.
different
I
night.
think it was.
But it hurt.
Yeah. Especially after he said in the office building or whatever that he was going to
He'd be
change
able
his
to make
plans
it.
around.
Yeah. Like, I get it. He's got a probably 6-figure income
Mm-hmm.
working at that office. And, you know, he probably ended up not being able to change his plans around, but it still hurts.
Yeah.
Especially because Rocky really wants him to go down. And when he does later go down, it sounds like he's never been there.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah.
Like, it's the first time he's there, and it's to be like, hey, I need to talk to you.
Yeah. I agree.
A little unfortunate for the dynamic, but a necessary bump for them to get over,
Yeah.
of course.
I agree. But the computer fight, the end of Act 1 and the start of Act 2, you know, since this is the thing that initiates both, this is where I start caring about Mason Dixon.
I forgot about him.
Yeah, I know. You said that like several times in the movie. You're like, oh, right, this guy. This is where I start kind of caring about his story. I mostly care at the end.
Yeah.
Because at
I
the end
agree.
we actually get to see his character. But the computer fight saying Prime Rocky would win in a fight. Oh, yes.
Duskies.
Like, it's not even close. No shit, Sherlock. Like, who else in this universe is going to be able to fight Ivan Drago? Like,
and
win in Russia.
Exactly. That's dude. He had like his hometown aura, like
Yeah.
backing him up and shit.
Yeah. Bro was empowered by the Soviet anthem.
He was.
And he was stronger when he killed Apollo. And we think that Mason the Lion Dixon stands a chance.
Against the Italian stallion.
Yeah. The people who were all like, Rocky Balboa was overrated. No, he the fuck was not.
One thing I was wondering, and something that
Like,
I
I
was
get
like,
it. Obviously, people are going to say that because it's been 20 fucking years. But, like,
I'm wondering why that affected Rocky so hard. Because if he was in a
Well,
comfortable
for
spot
me
and
personally,
retiring,
because he didn't want to retire.
I guess that's true.
Yeah. And because he didn't want to retire, he sees this computer saying that he could have kept going. And he's like, I wanted to keep going.
Or not even that, or maybe that, but in parallel with the people being like, no, Rocky actually he sucks. No, he couldn't beat
Yeah.
this guy. He was getting like so sad.
Yeah.
And
I mean, I would too if I was getting shit talked on ESPN.
I guess so. I just feel like, I don't know, I thought he had more fortitude, but it's understandable that he...
I don't know. I think because he's older now and he lost his wife. I feel like all of his fortitude is gone.
That's true.
I don't know. I was that way after a certain someone in my life died.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
I
okay, it's
didn't-
understandable.
Like, yeah, I just feel like, coupled with the fact that he never wanted to retire, he was getting shit talked, and his wife not just died, but he's still grieving his wife. I think it makes sense that he wanted to
Okay,
get back
yeah,
into the
with all
ring.
those things together, I see what you're putting down.
Yeah. Now, however, I really disagree with this movie's decision to be a fighting movie, to put Rocky in the ring again.
Thank you. Yes.
I like the slice of life anime movie we had right before this, and a father-son drama would be perfect.
Mm-hmm. I thoroughly
I
disagree with him.
appreciate the fight and the story behind the fight. However, the father-son drama that was set up in Act 1, well, it still exists. I thought Rocky's life and the father-son drama was going to be based off Act 1 is going to be the main point of the movie until this scene, and now I know this is who he's going to fight.
I
I
felt
just-
so unnecessary
yeah.
for him to fight someone again.
I agree. And I get it. He didn't want to retire. And I like that story. I like the story. It's still one of my favorite Rocky movies,
Mhm.
but that's what keeps it out of S+ tier.
I see.
Is the decision for it to be a fight. It probably would be my favorite Rocky movie if he didn't fight.
And when he goes to get his license or whatever, and they say no, and he tries to like convince them with like a powerful speech, I was kind of like, if I were on that committee, I'd be like, no, still no. My answer stays. Like,
That convinced me, personally.
it's just him being, I don't know. It kind of felt like,
If he passes all the tests and he wants to do it, I feel like he should be allowed to do it.
I guess it's understandable.
And that's kind of what his speech is.
I just thought it was not silly, but I don't know. Something about it wasn't all completely right and clicking in my brain when it was like, what if someone tells you to not do something or whatever? It just kind of, like if I said that to a boardroom of like, I don't know, fucking,
No, that's just how Rocky talks.
that's true.
Um,
I just put myself in the shoes of me talking to like the FTC or fucking some shit. Like this board of professionals trying to inspire them. They'd probably be like, who the fuck are you? That's just what I thought of. But
I guess. But I don't know. I agree with that. Like, if a bunch of people like walked up to you and were all like, you can't be a computer engineer, like, you'd just be okay with that?
No.
Yeah. And that's kind of what they're doing to Rocky. They're saying he's not allowed to be a fighter. Of course he's not going to be okay with that.
Yeah.
It's the same thing with me. If a bunch of people are like, oh, you can't be an actor, I'm not going to be okay with that.
And I think you're right. It is just
And
the
this
way he
entire
talks.
movie, at this point, in my opinion, just becomes the pursuit of happiness.
Yeah, when he mentioned the Bill of Rights too.
Yeah.
What is it? You get to be happy. The pursuit of happiness. Yes.
Yeah. Theming very on the nose, but
Mm-hmm.
I like it. I don't know. I like his speech. That's just how Rocky talks, in my
Yeah.
opinion. So we're never gonna get like a fully thought out, cohesive speech out of the man.
Especially, yeah, he's
But
just
I
cool old guy.
personally that changed my mind. I probably
Understandable.
never would have denied him in the first place. If he passes the test, I think he should be allowed to.
Oh, of course.
But you said you agreed with the board.
Oh, I agreed with the board, but okay, I agree with both sides. I think the main point that I was trying to make was that Rocky's speech was interesting and didn't fully click into my brain. However,
enough.
you saying the way it being the way he just talks, that
Fair enough.
clicks. That's
Yeah,
like, oh,
okay.
that's why he said it.
Yeah. Yeah, because that's not how I would phrase it either. But he literally opens with, you know, the Bill of Rights. He literally
That thing
opens
out
it
there
with
that I
getting
read.
it wrong. But
Mhm.
Rocky's always talked like that. Like since Rocky 1. Like even reading off the cue cards in Rocky 2. So yeah, but no, fair enough.
Oh, that's right. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I understand why the board wouldn't want him to fight. Also, I do agree with that, like understanding both sides point that you made. I just don't fucking care.
Yeah.
I don't care if I understand their point and agree with their point.
True. Rocky
Let
passing
Rocky fight.
all the tests should have let him have his
Yeah.
license. That's
Because
an
they even say
undeniable
that.
fact. Yeah, you passed all the tests really well.
Yeah, they're
But
like,
no.
good job, but no.
Yeah.
And they don't really give a real reason. We did skip over Polly in the meat factory.
Polly being so
Literally, that's all I was gonna say.
back.
Polly is so
back.
That's it. That's all I
Yeah.
have for that scene. Because then he gets laid off right after that.
I know.
I felt so bad for Polly getting laid off, especially
Especially
because he also, I guess I guess this makes sense because it's a meat factory and labor laws are not the same in 2006 that they are now. But I felt so bad that he got laid off and he has so much seniority there. I guess his previous time working there did not count to his current time. And I imagine
Maybe,
he got
or
laid off
some
for the
shit.
same reason Rocky did. It's just he wasn't there long enough.
maybe.
I mean, they don't
But
really give us a reason for
I
him
would
getting laid
figure
off.
he would be, since he said something along the lines of when he was saying to Rocky why he wouldn't go and watch him train is because if you're somewhere long enough, you become that place.
Yeah.
So I would imagine Polly would have been there a long enough time to at least have something to have him not get fucking laid off.
Yeah, I'm very curious as to why he got laid off.
Mm-hmm.
But if I got laid off, I would also steal a slab of meat.
Yeah.
Target ever fires me, I'm shoplifting.
Steal a vacuum. Fuck it.
Yeah. I don't know if I can say that.
It's a blind threat. You're not
Okay.
gonna actually do that. Duke.
Is that your next note? Because that's
Yeah.
much later.
Well, we just talked about Polly getting off, and I said they got my boy Polly like they did Rocky, and then I don't have anything until Duke.
I have two things.
All right.
I like that the manager and PR guy go to the restaurant to get him to fight
Oh, I
Mason.
forgot about
And then they both, when Rocky walks away, they both agree, yeah, this guy would fuck Rocky up, or this guy would fuck Mason up in his
Mhm.
prime.
Yep. They were just
Um,
trying to get the fight
they just
to
want the
happen.
fight, yeah.
Mhm.
I'll skip my next note. I don't care. And then press meeting. I don't know why I'm so obsessed with the fucking press meetings in this
Yeah.
franchise. Every single time there's a press meeting, that's my note. I just go
Press meeting.
yeah. But I like this press meeting. This is like when Mason actually starts having character.
Yeah.
I think at least. Or well, I guess there was the scene before this. I didn't take a note on it, but there was the scene before this where he was all like, "I want my old trainer back. I shouldn't have sold out
Oh
to
yeah.
you guys."
I like
And
that
I
scene.
appreciate that.
Mhm.
Yeah. But Duke is the traitor.
He's back.
He's back.
He's so
Duke
back.
is so back. We are so back in the zone. So happy.
Duke returned.
Duke Returns actually has plot relevance.
Mm-hmm.
The return of Goot Duke. But yeah, I like how all of them are like, yeah, that computer fight didn't matter, but the fact that they keep talking about it, yes, it did.
It clearly fucking
The
did.
computer fight is why Mason wants to fight Rocky. The computer fight's why Rocky wants to fight again. The computer fight is so important, and I like that. It really has. This is a Jujutsu Kaisen meme that got really popular. You might know it, but it really set up the strongest in history versus the strongest of today fight.
The only Jujutsu Kaisen
Really?
meme that I know
Well,
is
I didn't even know it was a Jujutsu Kaisen meme. Just people have been making that a meme everywhere.
the only one I know is domain expansion, Alzheimer's, or like shit like that.
Yeah, fair
it's a
enough.
bunch of those.
Fair enough. Yeah, well, like I said, I didn't know this one came from, but yeah, no, it always like the strongest in history versus the strongest of today, and they'll like do for like I don't know bratwurst eating challenges or some shit.
Yeah.
That was an awful example, but that meme got really popular.
I see.
I will say I also didn't take any notes on it, but I really like Little Marie's entire inclusion in this movie. And how she also encourages Rocky to go fight Mason. Like I said, while I disagree with the decision to make this a movie about a fight, I like that the people in the movie are encouraging the fight and supporting it.
Hmm.
Because like when Polly in the alleyways are like, you're gonna do great when you get back in that ring. Poor guy.
Yeah.
Polly went through it in this movie.
Yeah, I did, dude.
But I love the alleyway scene between him and Rocky. He left that slab of meat on the bar.
It's just
I
like,
can't
bye.
stop thinking about it because I want to know what happened to that slab of meat. He stole a slab of meat and he took his painting and then didn't do anything with it. Well, he took the painting with him when he left, but I also find it funny that he walks across the entire restaurant just to leave that through the alleyway.
Yeah. That was fucking.
You could have just turned around, bro.
He just wanted to make a scene.
And I also love that Rocky offers a job to Little Marie.
Yeah.
My headcanon is she still works there. I think canon has other words for it. I don't care.
Understandable.
I don't give a shit what canon wants from me. But I don't know. Rocky helping someone out, just like he did with Little Marie, just goes all the way back to Rocky 1 and how he helped her there.
Yeah, he's just
So,
he's a very selfless guy, and
Yeah.
I think that he. It's very obvious that he's trying to be.
and cares about his community and the people in it. And
Yeah, he's the
I fuck
people's
with it.
champion for a reason.
Yeah. Yeah. So I really appreciate that Little Marie encouraged Rocky to do this fight.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's weighing on him, and just like he talks about with Polly in the alleyway, there's the beast that needs to be tamed. Love that theme so much.
The beast.
The beast.
And then we have the dad speech, yeah?
Yes. Yeah. Because the press meeting is the first time Robert heard about the fight. And he goes to the
Oh, that's
restaurant and he's all
right.
like, please don't.
Yeah. And then it's
And I
that
like
whole
that he explains that that's how he feels, that, like, Rocky cast such a huge shadow that he almost escaped from.
That was a good way to put it.
Only for Rocky to now make it bigger.
Even bigger.
Yeah. And then he's just all like, and this is my quote for the description, it ain't about how hard you hit, it's about how hard you can get hit and keep on going. And I think that is the line that truly sold me on the fight, because I'm all like, yeah, Rocky took so many hits in this movie. Well,
and he wants to keep
in
going.
between, yeah.
And I think I remember.
And I think, like, coupled with the Beast, coupled with Adrian's death, coupled with that line, I'm like, he can fight. Because this movie did have legwork to do in order to make me okay with the fight.
Mhm.
Because I initially don't want it. But I think it's that line that I'm like, yeah, okay.
I didn't even realize that quote was from this movie. I remember
Oh,
telling
that's right.
you
You
that
mentioned that
I'd
you've
seen it. Yeah, on like, I don't know, probably some Instagram reel.
Probably.
And you mentioned that this was like a hidden Rocky movie.
Yeah, my dad never saw it before I found it, and then him and I watched it, and he really liked it.
Yeah, I didn't even know it existed.
Yeah.
I knew there were Rocky
This one,
movies.
in my opinion, is super underrated. I love this movie so much.
Mm-hmm. Then we get another training montage.
Training montage.
And Duke, what the fuck did Duke do? He literally went like, or some shit. He like snarled or growled.
Yeah, you mentioned that, but I didn't see it.
It was so fucking funny.
No, we didn't get a training montage after this.
Yeah, we did.
No, we did, but not right after.
Oh.
There's a
I
very
see.
and very important scene because he visits Adrian
Oh, that's
and talks
right.
about how he's about to go fight, and Robert shows up, says he's quit, and he's gonna help his dad.
Oh, that's, yeah.
And I think that is where the father-son plot like concludes in the healthiest way, and I love it so much.
Mm. Mhm.
I can still tell their relationship is strained, but I'm very happy that Robert quit his job because he seemed so unhappy up until this moment in the movie.
And now he's taking action for himself.
Yeah. Like,
I
yeah.
think.
He needs to stop blaming his dad for being under his dad's shadow.
And I'm sure hearing that from his dad helped him. Being
Yeah.
like, you gotta, no one's gonna tell you what to do other than yourself.
Exactly.
Or, you know, you're the only one whose decisions actually affect your life.
Right.
And he
In
took
my
that and ran.
opinion, everyone who ends up in Rocky's corner, he earns that in this movie.
Hmm.
Like, obviously, him and Polly have been friends for such a long time. Polly was going to be in the corner anyways, but it's the stuff that he does for Polly in this movie, how he talks to Polly, how he supports Polly,
Mm-hmm.
that gets Polly in his corner. Like, if you watched this movie, you wouldn't understand that Polly's been there the whole time. But
Yeah.
it would make sense that Polly's in his corner in the fight based off of everything Rocky's done. His son chose to be in this, to help him and be in the corner because of the things Rocky's just said to him. Steps, same thing. Rocky helped him and
Yeah,
his mom.
Steps is in the corner. I forget that.
His mom's in the crowd, but Steps is like in the corner. Well, it's kind of overlooked by the movie, but I really do like Steps and Rocky's relationship. I like that Steps goes with him to pick out the dog.
Yeah,
I like that
actually
him
really
and
like
Rocky
that scene.
spend time together. He's just an old man, so I like that little Marie and Steps spend time with him.
Mm-hmm.
And he goes to visit them. They visit him.
He's just a cool neighborhood old dude
Yeah.
who used to be this fucking,
Yeah.
this hero.
Fuck you, creepo. 30 years later, be like.
Truly.
But yeah. Now we get to the training montage.
Yeah. And
Yeah,
the only thing
dude.
I have is I'm wondering if Stallone actually clean and jerked 315 because that'd be
Yeah, I couldn't
fucking
find it.
crazy.
I looked while we
I
were
couldn't
watching,
either.
and then I looked last night too.
If he did that at his age, holy fuck.
That's wild.
That's
I think he did.
fucking sane.
I do think he did. Because he talked about in a recent interview how he wishes he didn't do his own stunts because he got injured a lot, especially as he
Oh.
got older. So I think that means he did it.
Maybe. Yeah.
But there's no, yeah, I did my stunts for Rocky Balboa from him. So that's just that interview. That's just how I'm choosing to interpret
I'll ask
the stunts.
ChatGPT.
I want to, I want to believe he did because that's wild and insane. And just considering how he looked in the fight.
He's always had great physique.
Yeah.
Always, always.
But yeah. My favorite part is Duke acknowledging that Rocky is not going to be able to match the speed, even though he has in the past.
You gotta hit him with power.
Yeah, horsepower versus speed. Cool fight.
Yeah.
I like that theming.
Mm-hmm.
It's always fun when anything does horsepower versus speed. So, like, yeah. We don't see Rocky doing any speed training, really. He's literally just bulking.
Yeah. Trying to put on the fucking
Yeah.
the power.
Yeah.
Like
And
Ivan.
Like what?
Like Ivan.
Yeah.
He was just not all. I think Ivan had more qualities
Ivan
than
had
just
speed
power.
too.
But he,
Yeah.
you know, that's
But, like, yeah. We're
that
trying
fucking
to
killed
yeah.
someone. So it
Yeah,
means
no, I see
something.
what you mean.
Mike Tyson cameo.
Mike Tyson cameo.
That shit was sick as fuck.
Oh, yeah. Paulie snuck him into the meat cooler, though, during the training montage.
Oh,
that shit was
yeah,
so
yeah.
funny to me.
I liked that part a
so
lot.
back.
Yeah.
We are so back.
It's like the homage to everything.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, Rocky's corner stacked.
Mm-hmm. I like how this fight had the scoring in it and like the point system and all that stuff.
Yeah.
Kind of. I really appreciate when they showed the. It doesn't have to, and I don't give a fuck if they do or not. But when they do, I'm like, oh, they're doing the scoring and the points and all that stuff.
It's 11:56.
Buddy, I know. I've been watching the clock.
I saw it at 11:15.
Nope.
40 minutes ago.
I was just letting you go.
Shit.
We're pretty much at the end.
Yeah, I'm gonna speedball this. I agree with everything you just said about the fighting and how it evolved
The only thing-
between the movies and with the
Yeah.
sport. Are you ready to rumble?
That
shit was
dude.
Cool.
They had the
We both
real
talked
dudes.
about it. I love that we both are happy that he lost, and for different reasons.
Yeah, I'm very glad that he lost.
I'm very happy he's still the people's champion and that people still root for him.
Exactly.
I also really like Mason in this, and how they earned their respect for each other, just
Mhm.
like
Yeah.
Rocky
yeah.
earned Apollo's respect.
Yep.
And Rocky is just like, you're a good champion, because Mason needed that,
Yeah.
because he was
To hear it
struggling.
from Rocky.
Yeah.
I'm sure that would be great.
So, this is where Mason's character shines.
Mm-hmm.
But because the rest of the movie he's kind of forgettable, it's just hard.
And I like that Rocky loses because I feel like he didn't need to win. He just needed to fight again.
He needed to fight again. He needed to tame the beast.
Mm-hmm.
When Paulie's just all like, tonight you gotta end the beast.
Oh, yeah. Do it for me. Love you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
First time Rocky or Paulie admits it, but it's so good.
Mm-hmm.
Why is my computer doing this to me?
My only
It's been
other
doing this all
comment
day.
on the fight is that there was a lot happening. Like, all the graphics was actually kind of making me a little nauseous as it was happening.
Really?
Yeah, I had to close my eyes.
Oh,
It was a bit too much.
fair enough.
Yeah. But otherwise, I was like, yeah, fun fight. Trading
Yeah.
blows was really cool.
I agree. But yeah. I guess that's all we have.
And that's all we have.
So now we have our last segment.
Well, we got to rate it.
Oh, S tier.
B minus.
Really?
I was only convinced with the fight narrative towards like the last quarter of the movie.
Yeah, me too.
Because for most of the time, I was like, I don't want this to happen. I'm not liking this happening, and the reasons make sense. But it was kind of like I forgot for one of the other movies where the reasons make sense. They just didn't resonate with me,
Fair enough.
and so it's a B minus. I liked 5 more than this one.
Fair. That is a very, very hot take.
I love 5,
Yeah.
especially because of the end.
I love 5 a lot too, but the online community is going to rip that opinion apart.
Good. Hot take. What are the new characters? There's a handful.
There's a few.
Yeah.
I'm not going to do them all. But yeah, anyways, Blockbuster. Smash or pass. Yeah, George Washington Duke. Pass.
Pass. Hard pass. Might kill him.
Might kill.
Not gonna lie.
Yeah, this is the first legitimate kill.
Yeah.
I mean,
Incapacitate forever.
and then there's also the Tommy Gunn's girlfriend. Pass.
I don't remember her pass.
And then Tommy Gunn also pass.
Pass. Yeah.
Rocky Balboa had Little Marie. Smash. She's really pretty.
I
and
would pass.
I like single moms.
Understandable.
Yeah.
It's a pass for
Really
me.
pass?
Hmm.
Damn. Redhead. She's a redhead. She's so
I
pretty.
know.
It's because the
However,
kid.
yeah.
Yeah. The
I
kid's the,
I think
the
it-
kid's the nail in the coffin for me.
Oh no, I just mean more like. Well, yeah, that too, of course. But I just meant more like I think of her as little Marie, so I think of the child.
That's creepy.
What?
Fucking.
Oh, okay. I was like, what do you? Why?
I don't know. I think of her as the person we saw. Shit.
There's
Is there really only just Mason?
I guess you
I
could
guess.
do adult Rocky Jr., but for the same reason as
Oh
little
yeah,
Marie.
Smash. Dude, bro, Milo invented, but Smash.
For the same reason, it's a pass for me as little Marie.
So you
And
wouldn't,
then it's Mason.
you wouldn't. So like you would never catch feelings for your childhood best friend that happened to be a girl.
Probably not.
Interesting.
I think all that's left is Mason then.
Yeah, Mason.
Yes. Pass.
I'd like to be his friend.
He seems like a cool guy
He
outside of
seems
work.
fun. Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah. All right.
Thank you for watching. Join us next week for Everything Everywhere All at
We have
Once.
That's not true. That will have to actually be the week after because next week's our 10th episode and we're gonna have.
How are we gonna have a guest? We'll figure it out. Bye.
We're gonna figure it out.